Good evening, Lake Orion. What a hot, steamy day outside. 90-degree weather. Well, at least we're in the cool air conditioning of the ONTV studio. I'm your host, and I am between Taorminas.
He needs to keep calm and carry on.
Don't touch it.
All right, hey, Lake Orion, hi, here we are. We're here. We're having fun. You guys having fun?
Tired.
Why are you tired?
Heat issues in my house.
What are the heat issues in your house?
You don't want to know.
I do want to know, I asked.
Tough.
Okay.
Tough.
Don't touch the merchandise.
All right. Ooh, we thought I was coming back at
Yeah,
him. Here,
I
I'm
did.
just scratching my head. All right, listen, boys. Big sports week we just had. We just had a big sports week. We're going to talk about it now. And we have a big sports week coming up. You know, it's getting to be that time where baseball's getting interesting just before the All-Star break. You know, you can kind of, each team's taking on an identity. You know what I mean? The NBA Finals just occurred, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. And of course, the playoffs for the NHL are tonight.
No,
and
July 1st is not. It's only a week away.
what does that mean
Free agency starts.
for the NBA?
And the NHL.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Well, listen, let's start with the association. Not somewhere we often start, but they had a good series, I'd say. A classic?
No.
Not a classic. Tell me why.
Well, because if you look at it, the jokes of the NBA is the NBA champions again. I think that they're not a dynasty, in my opinion. They're not the Chicago Bulls or the Los Angeles Lakers or the Boston Celtics
Or the Detroit Pistons.
or the Pistons. You know, this is a fraud team who won the NBA title because they had to recruit, because one player who played in Marquette had to recruit a person from Georgia Tech and a loser and a poor man from St. Vincent St. Mary's to play for his team.
Well,
He doesn't like the Heat. What do you think?
the Spurs made mistakes. It's that simple. The Spurs made a lot of mistakes. You know, if you look at this series, you know, there was 3 points that this series could have been decided. Game 4, when Miami won that game in San Antonio. Game 6, when Ray Allen hit the 3-point shot when the Spurs should have put the game away. And Game 7, well, I don't think it should never happen. The Spurs had chances to win that series. They didn't do it. You got to give Miami some credit.
What about the fact that Chris Bosh is not very good?
No.
What about the fact that Dwayne Wade is not what he was in 06? Does that give more? Do we need to give more credit to LeBron because?
No, he's a crybaby pony princess. He's a crybaby, sorry piece of garbage, in my opinion.
Ooh, that's harsh.
Okay, so no. And does that do anything for you? The fact that Bosh
Well,
was
remember
not
what I
existing
said a
Game
couple
7.
weeks ago where Miami has started to become LeBron James's team. It's no
Yes.
longer Dwayne Wade's team. It's no
Yes.
longer. Last year when Miami won the championship, you had the big three, LeBron, Wade, and Bosh. This year, it was more of LeBron carrying the show, Wade, and Bosh.
Bosh had a good Game 6.
Well, yeah, but you know, Wade and Bosh were kind of like afterthoughts. The question I'm asking is Dwayne Wade giving more to LeBron, or is he allowing LeBron to be, or is he allowing LeBron to be the main guy, or is he allowing, or is he just not, you know?
I think Bosh. I think Wade is. I think Wade's.
Do you think Wade's intentionally doing it?
No.
I think he's dying. His knees are going.
He's struggling. You
His
look
body's
at it here. The
deteriorating.
reason why Miami is the champions is because of the Queen Pussy James.
Whoa.
That is why they're the NBA champions. It's because he had to carry that team on his back, and also he had to cry, complain, moan, at least to the officials, like, this is my championship, and David Stern bought it. The reason why Miami is champions is because of David Crybaby Stern. That is the main reason why they are. I know I'm not a big fan of South Beach. I can't stand that city.
Yes.
I think that the reason why they're champions is because of David Crybaby Stern. If they break up the big three and make it team basketball, then we don't have this issue.
The idea.
And the media hypes it up. Those three people.
Can
up.
I say something? Thank you. The idea of a super team, to be honest with you, and Sam, it's a bad example in high school sports as well. You look at how the NBA, you have this, it just seems like you can't win championships without creating a super team. That's
the NBA.
setting a model in high school sports as well.
It's the NBA.
It's a very disturbing trend, and a lot of that is the Amateur Athletic Union, AAU.
I
think that should be blamed.
They're the biggest corrupt in the entire country.
Let's get to super teams and whatever in a minute. But first, anything else you want to say about the finals? I mean, is anybody surprised the Heat won? No. I mean, the Thunder, Russell Westbrook.
I wanted
went
the
down
Spurs.
Yeah, of course you did. But, whatever. Listen, we have the draft coming up on Thursday. And the draft is very unique this year because of how bad it is. There's not the clear number one. It's not clear, correct? Not a lot of talent. That being said, the Pistons have the number 8 pick. And I have a couple questions for you, a couple choices. Okay? Listen closely. Do the Pistons trade down to get a better pick? Do the Pistons trade back to get more later round picks? Or do they stay home?
They stay.
Okay.
Because
Wait. They stay. What do you think?
I think they stay.
You think they stay? Now, I know you boys have looked at a mock draft or two. If they're staying, why? Who's on the board? Who are they getting? Who's their impact player?
a lot of people say the Pistons are going to take best pick draft available. I still think that they do need a big man. No, like a small forward type of player.
So who do you like?
You know, I haven't been looking at a draft board in a while.
Victor Oladipo from Indiana could be
He's
the
small.
That's my dream.
That would
My
be a
dream.
good pick. Would
It's
be
not
Victor
happening.
Oladipo.
Unless they trade down to get him, it's not happening. That's my dream.
But I don't know who.
I'd cry.
I don't know who.
What about Trey Burke?
I can see getting him. I don't know.
They need a point guard.
Point guard's a mess.
They need a small forward.
Did
Then
you
why do you have
notice
Brandon
when
Knight
Mo
there?
Cheeks, he did not mention Brandon Knight in his press conference?
Yeah, he did. I was there. He sure did. He mentioned him and Stuckey, but he did not mention Jose Calderon.
They're $20 million. They got to get somebody in free agency.
Okay. All right. So we don't know who they're going to pick at 8, basically.
No,
I'm
I
thinking
don't.
it's going to be the dude from Lehigh.
You really think so?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. Well, anyways, free agency, real quick. Number 1 free agent. Who do you want to see on the Pistons next year? You know anybody?
No, I don't. Whoever a small forward is better get over it.
Andre Iguodala?
I can see him coming over here.
I couldn't. It'd be.
I'd say
okay.
Oladipo. Maybe Burke's the local product.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. All right. Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk about the Motor City Kitties, and Sammy's going to tell you why they won't win the AL Central again. Orion Neighborhood Television, and I'd say a good weekend of baseball, huh?
Tigers took
Detroit?
3
Unless
of
you're Daniel
4.
Nava.
Unless you're Daniel Nava, who made the catch, by the way.
Yeah.
That was a catch.
Yeah, I know, clearly.
Tigers took 3 of 4 against Boston. That's big.
That is big.
They had quite a setback with Baltimore, though.
Yes.
But they did have a nice bounce back against Boston.
Right.
Big series coming up against Anaheim.
We'll get to that in a second. I'd say the hot button issue today, though, and it has been for the past couple weeks, is our $200 million man, Justin Verlander. Even though they won yesterday, Verlander struggled big time, right?
He's lost his command a little bit because
What do you attribute that to? Why? Is it
I
just
think
a
he's
loss of
overthrowing.
command?
I
Overthrowing.
think he's overthrowing a lot. You know, he's been throwing about 100 pitches over
In
100
5 innings.
In 5 innings.
That's not
which
good.
I think that teams are really getting ahead of the count on
They're
him.
fouling him
They're
off a lot.
fouling him off a lot. You know what I mean? Like, he's not pitching a lot of first pitch strikes, and he's struggling a little bit.
Do we know, is that
I think
mental?
he's over. It is mental, and I think he's overthinking a little bit. I really think when you look at the command, he's overthinking a little bit, and you can tell when he's pitching, it's just not the same confident Justin Verlander we've been accustomed to seeing.
So we don't think it's anything to do with a physical ailment. He's not hurt.
No.
I hope not.
But
I feel like if he's hurt, they would
feel like
shut him
that
Oh,
down.
if he's hurt, they'll shut
I
him
feel
down.
like teams are just first pitch strikes been a problem. You know what I mean? He's getting like they're like getting like first pitch balls. You know what I mean? They're just being patient around the plate, and I think Verlander's just strong with his command.
Does he adjust? Does he get better?
I hope so, for the Tigers' sake.
I think he does.
He does. He's learning from this already. Obviously, the Tigers aren't going to be stupid like the Nationals did with Strasburg last year.
Well, he's
But-
also not 20.
Right, but
He's 30.
also,
Yeah.
But also too, Verlander is getting older. Verlander's getting, I think Verlander does have to adjust. He does have to change the times a little bit because the realization of it is he's not as quick as he used to be. He needs to really learn how to adjust, and I think he'll do it.
I think the book's out on him. You know, teams are coming in with a good game plan against
Oh,
Justin.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, he's not locating his pitches.
Nope.
They're off by a little, but
Yep.
they're off.
Yep.
One guy, who should be getting credit, Max Scherzer,
Maxwell Scherzer.
11
Unbelievable.
and 0 right now.
11
He
and
is
0.
doing great for the Tigers right now.
It's great. It's a nice little thing to
But
have.
the Tigers honestly have 5 starters that are more than capable. Verlander said this yesterday in the interview. That the Tigers have 5 starters good enough to win. One guy I've been very impressed with in the bullpen, Drew Smiley.
Yeah.
He is doing extremely well for the Tigers.
You know, I don't understand why Drew Smiley's not your closer because he's got the stuff. He's got the stuff. I think that he can. That he got some shutdown stuff, but I also think the Tigers might make a move at the trade deadline. A la Jesse Crane might be available. But if you but Drew Smiley is one of those guys that I think could be a future closer in this league.
I think he's a future starter because he's got like 4 pitches. He doesn't throw exceptionally high. You know, he's not a 95-plus guy, which you look for in a closer. Guys, I really, really would love Albuquerque to get his command down. You know what I mean? He's got the stuff. He's got that 96-mile-an-hour fastball and that slider that falls off the table. He's your closer, but he can't locate the.
Can't locate his
Can't
pitches.
locate the pitch.
That's why I think Smiley should be your closer.
We'll see what happens right now.
Right
They're
now,
rolling
the
with
Tigers
Benoit.
got a quick fix. They need another quick fix, I would say. I would say Benoit right now is a quick fix, but he's more of a setter than he is a closer.
Well, but right now he's going to close.
Right now.
Right now, he should go back to the 8th inning sooner or later.
I think Smiley should be your closer.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Mhm.
Double D can pull a few strings.
And also, I'm worried about 2015 when
Why?
Miguel Cabrera's contract.
Why are you worried about that?
Because
He's not going anywhere, man. He's not.
Why you say that?
They're gonna lock him up.
How many years?
He's done in 15.
Yeah.
Right? That's his contract.
Mm-hmm.
I say they give him a 5-year extension after that.
We'll see.
5 years, $150
Well,
million.
That scares
I
me.
mean, let's talk about the series a little bit with Boston. You look at how controversial yesterday. What do you think in the 8th inning? Tigers opportunistic? Did they steal the game?
They
or
got
what?
lucky. They stole that game.
They got lucky.
They stole that game because Nava made the catch, and he was trying to get the ball
Show
out,
him.
and
There
it
you go.
dropped. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
It was a catch.
If
By
you
the
look
rules,
at
it
it-
was a catch. They blew the call.
You know, they blew the call. A second base umpire should be ashamed of himself for what he did, and I should be calling Red Sox manager John Farrell to offer an apology.
Maybe he is. Maybe he did.
Maybe.
Well, what do you think about this series, the Angels? Big series. For
I
the
think the
Tigers.
Angels are due a little payback because if you recall when we went out there earlier, they swept us,
Yes, they did.
right?
Rick Porcello gave up 9 earned runs against the Angels.
I think it's time for a little payback, and I really hope it starts tomorrow night with Porcello.
Well, they do lead the AL Central by 4 games.
Where are the White
Yeah.
Sox at?
Where the White Sox?
How many games back are they?
I think they're.
Do they have 30
9.
wins yet? Do they have 30 wins yet?
I don't think so.
Okay.
What about
Boy, they better come out hot here, huh?
Poor
Hey,
Hawks.
didn't Chicago go into the 8th inning leading by 2 runs, and then they give up 3 runs to the Royals and they lose?
Are the Royals even at 500?
No.
Okay.
Cleveland's at 500.
Ooh.
Cleveland's at 500.
Ooh.
They're 38-35.
Are you a fan of Kevin Costner, the actor?
No.
He said that the Indians could beat the Tigers in the Central.
Really?
Yeah. You might have to start watching his movies, huh?
I might want to throw a bowling ball at him for sure.
You might want to go rent Dances with Wolves.
No, I ain't gonna
The
dance.
end of the
I ain't gonna dance with that nutcase. He's more of a nutcase than Bieber is.
All right. All right.
All right.
So what do you expect from this Angels series? I mean, a sweep, that's
Well-
hard to do.
The question is, Comerica's a hitter's ballpark.
Pitchers.
Or it's a pitcher's, excuse me. Pardon my French.
It's kind of actually
But if you look at
depends.
Anaheim's got, when they're healthy, is one of the better hitting teams in this league.
Hitting.
Right, hitting.
Yes.
But let me finish my point. I will say that this is a big series for the Tigers. I would say they need, as you said, Angels swept them earlier in the year. It's time for some payback. Angels are struggling. Good opportunity to get back at them for everything they've done.
For whatever reason, the Angels play really well against the Tigers, though.
And also for some reason, the Angels struggle recently. They just took on the Pittsburgh Pirates
Good
on
team.
their home
Good
field.
team.
Got swept. The way that they had a 3-run lead hanging in the bottom of the ninth, couldn't close it out against Pittsburgh. And then they gave up, what was it? They gave up
7.
7 in the last 2 innings.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That just tells me that the Angels pitching staff, and they do send Jared Weaver, who's not been the same pitcher since coming out the DL.
They
and
have
I think
They had C.J. Wilson going tomorrow too. You know.
C.J. Wilson's okay, but he's not the greatest.
Yeah.
He could get
Jared
rocked.
Weaver could be a very interesting matchup. Oh, another one of those hand faces. I see what it is. Okay, I'm done speaking. I'm done
I see the
speaking.
Tigers taking 2 at 3.
2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see a complete bombing.
I think there's gonna be a double. I think there's gonna be a doubleheader Wednesday.
Don't say that. Okay. All right. Well, listen. You know, either way, it should be a good series.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pray for good weather so we can get it in.
We'll get storms Tuesday, Wednesday.
Let's try to zoom in, capture the moment. You know, really hone in on what we need to do.
We'll see.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, listen. Now that Anthony's taken a vow of silence, we're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little NHL hockey. Right here on Between Taorminas.
Hey, this is Mickey York from Fox Sports
saw him
Detroit.
at
When I want to get the inside scoop on local sports, I watch Between Taorminas or Fox Sports Detroit.
We own a Habitat home.
I love working on my Habitat home.
Soy dueño de una casa de Habitat.
My neighbor is a Habitat homeowner.
Being a Habitat homeowner has changed our lives.
My mortgage payment for Habitat is less than what I pay for rent.
Habitat for Humanity of Oakland County currently has homes available with mortgage payments lower than most rent payments. If you or someone you know needs decent and affordable housing, call 248-338-1843 or visit our website at habitatoakland.org.
right here on Orion Neighborhood Television. Third segment. Best one of them all, huh?
NHL playoffs, ladies and gentlemen.
NHL playoffs. Yes or no? They close it out tonight.
No, I think this goes 7 games. I think that Boston wins tonight for, I guess, Bergeron. He went to the hospital after following Game 5. And I think Boston will fight back for him. We're going to have classic Game 7.
I hope.
I think
Chicago goes down tonight. I think Boston forces a Game 7. Now, what I'm looking forward to is July 1st, which is free agency. And, of course, like to congratulate...
Do you know you're on live TV?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I'd like to congratulate the Dallas Stars on hiring Lindy Ruff as its new hockey coach.
Where'd they find
I'm
that
really
guy?
happy about that. Congratulations to the Dallas Stars.
What's on his resume?
He's a good coach. He's
From where?
He's coached at Buffalo.
Who, the Vipers?
No, he coached at Buffalo.
Coach what? Goalies coach?
Coach the Sabres.
Yeah, all right.
Anyways, back to the Blackhawks and Bruins. I think that this has got potential to be a very, very, obviously it's been a really good series so far.
I'd say.
Let's see it. Let's continue some more hockey.
Let's play hockey.
I'm just waiting until the NHL draft and then free agency starts.
Why are you so callous? Why do you want the Stanley Cup playoffs to end?
I want to see Boston win them, and then once the season starts in about 2 months, and then it's going to be on. It's going to be another great year for the Dallas Stars, and the Detroit Red Wings are done in the Eastern Conference.
Name the Dallas Stars' last good year, because you said another.
2008.
What happened then?
My team made the playoffs. Eliminated the Sharks and the Ducks.
And then?
I'm not going to say. That was terrible.
Who'd they lose to? And then the team they lost to did what? Huh?
I'm not going to say anything.
Okay. I think it was the Wings who went on to win the Cup. When was the last time Dallas did that?
1999. Beat the Sabres.
Last century.
You be quiet.
Beat the Sabres. Was that guy coaching the Sabres?
Yes, Lindy Ruff was coaching.
Oh, they picked a good hire then.
Yeah, that's a great hire for Lindy Ruff coming to Dallas.
Sure.
Good hire. Great hire. Go Stars, everybody.
All right. Well, listen. Anthony's getting in his mode here. He wants to call somebody out. Put your hat on. Come on. Do this right. Put the hat on. There you go. No, put it on your head.
All right. Now, shush.
Come
All
on.
Right. My call out this week involves a situation that's been going on our show where they point out during when me or Sammy are making points, they always tend to go to Ian. He tends to put himself in the spotlight.
This is happening?
Instead of this becoming between Taorminas, it seems becoming more between Ian. One guy who's responsible for this, Mitch. Mitch, why?
That's a bunch of nonsense.
Simple. You're just like Pat Ronan. You always want to focus on Ian. Everything seems to be about Ian for you guys.
Camera loves a pretty face.
What are you guys thinking about that? Look at him. If you look at the show, is supposed to be between Taorminas.
Yes, who's between Taorminas? I am. So focus on me.
So if you look at Ian's face,
you might pass
out. It gets bothersome. It gets frustrating. It gets angry. I get frustrated about it. Mitch, Pat, whoever is, quote, controlling the buttons around here, do me a favor. Focus on the person who speaks, not on the person who's in the front and center. Thank you. That's all I ask. Done.
That just happened.
Surprised you can walk in the studio with a head that big.
Well, my call out this week. I do fantasy baseball. I'm in a different league called the Huron Daily Tribune Baseball League. I went up against the commissioner of the league.
Named?
The star, you call. His name is Paul Adams. Paul Adams. Why? Let's look at it here. I put up 644 points on you this week. I beat you pretty bad. I tore you to shreds. And you say you had the best team in the league? I'm 9-3, buddy. If you want to know who Orion Dragons is, I'm Orion Dragons. I'm the one who beat you. I've beaten you not once, but twice. Who are you?
Oh, gee.
I've beaten you twice. I have the better team than you do. If you want to look at my lineup, you want to criticize my moves, that's fine. Then I'll beat you again. I have one more meeting with you in the last game of the year.
Oh.
And then we have the playoffs.
Oh.
I'll beat you in the playoffs if I have the chance to. Paul Adams, I'm disappointed that you would think that. If you lock me, that's fine. I mean, but you know, deep down, I'm going to beat you. I'll beat you every time we meet in fantasy baseball.
Twice on Sundays?
3 times on Sunday.
Ooh, triple threat. All right. Well,
I just heard Pat Ronan's ghostly voice come through here.
I thought I saw him even. Must be his spirit haunting the hallways of ONTV.
Just typical. Anyway, I'd like to give 2 shout-outs if I can.
Maybe.
Thank you.
Can you put the camera on me, though, while this happens?
No.
Thanks. Just kidding. Go ahead.
Anyways, 11 years ago today, Lake Orion lost one of its greats. Stephen Crowder. You might not be here with us, but you're never forgotten. Love you always, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Hope to see you someday. My second shout-out, Connor Stallions. Connor Stallions going to Navy. He's leaving tomorrow for Navy, and it starts Thursday for him. Connor, represent this country well. Thanks.
Now that was nice. That was good. Good job.
I'd like to congratulate, of course, the...
All right, that's all the time we have here tonight, folks.
oh, well.
Thanks. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'd like to congratulate the Dallas Stars.
All right. Well, that really is all the time we have here.
Yep. Go Stars.
We'll see you next time on Between Taorminas. My face is not on camera. I need to.
Get out of here.
Sorry.
We like to see you later, everybody. See
All
you
right.
later.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And go Stars, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.